and welcome to the H.E.A.L podcast, Habits for a Pain-Free Life. I'm your host, Madhavi, and today I'm going to ask you this. Have you ever wondered why you know you want to change, but you still struggle to follow through? If so, this episode is for you, especially if you've been blaming yourself for your motivation, for your discipline, or maybe even telling yourself, I should know how to do this by now. I should be better at this. So today I want to offer you a different way of looking at change, one that is grounded in science, compassion, and real life. There's no pressure, no hype, and no shame to this. So let's go ahead and talk about change because, see, change feels hard, but it doesn't mean something is wrong with us if we are not able to do that. Many of us are capable, thoughtful, intelligent people quietly carrying shame around because we can't change. And we tell ourselves things, I know what to do, but I just don't do it. Or I start strong and then I fall off. I can maybe help everyone else, but I can't even help myself. And often beneath all of that is this belief that if I were just more motivated, this wouldn't be so hard. But what if I told you that motivation is not the problem? The real issue that we've been taught to rely on something that was never meant to carry the weight of real lasting change. You see, I was recently listening to a conversation on the Mel Robbins podcast with the behavioral scientist, Dr. Katie Milkman. Her work focuses on one essential question. Why is change so hard, even if we are wanting it? And what she and other researchers have found is this: motivation is unreliable, willpower is inconsistent, and neither one of us is a fair measure of our character, intelligence, or strength. Change doesn't succeed because someone is better than you. It succeeds because the conditions around them are more supportive. Let that land for a moment. You see, if motivation was enough, we would already be exactly where we want to be, right? So this is where so many people get stuck. We think motivation is something where we are supposed to have it. And when we don't feel it, we assume we're failing. But you see, motivation fluctuates. It's based on our stress levels, our energy levels, proper sleep, how much pain we have in our body, our hormone fluctuation, the emotional load of life circumstances. In other words, my friends, this is all called being human. So when motivation fades, it's not a personal flaw, it's a biological reality. And yet instead of designing support, we double down on self-criticism. And that's not effective. And it's not kind. So let's talk about body confidence for a moment. So many people believe they'll feel confident maybe after they change their body, or maybe after they lose some weight, or maybe when they feel stronger, after they quote unquote fix. But shame doesn't create safety. And safety is what allows confidence to grow. So when your body feels judged, even by you, my friends, it braces. And a braced, stiff body does not change with ease. So this is why forcing yourself really works long term. See, the same is true when it comes to speaking up. If you're exhausted or if you're emotionally depleted, you feel dismissed or maybe even unseen, of course it's harder to express ourselves clearly and confidently. That's not a sign of weakness. That's our nervous system being on overload. So confidence isn't built by pushing harder. It's built by creating conditions where we feel safe enough to show up. So here's the truth I want you to hear today. You are not lacking motivation. You are lacking support, and that is fixable. So instead of asking, how do I force myself to be more disciplined, try asking yourself this: what would make this change easier? Easier doesn't mean lazy. Easier means sustainable. It might look like changing the time you try to do something to reduce the friction, or maybe asking for help, letting go of perfection, or choosing a smaller step. Change works when it fits into real life, not when we are fighting against it. Here's a simple reflection to take with you this week. Notice one place where you've been asking for motivation to do the job of support. Just notice, no fixing, no judging, awareness alone. Awareness alone creates space for change. If this episode helped you feel maybe a little bit less broken and a little bit more human, I'm really glad you were here. In this next episode that I will have next week, we'll talk about our environment, not our discipline, that may be shaping our behavior more than we realize. Until then, take one gentle insight with you and leave the rest. And I thank you for spending time with me. If you would like to learn more, I invite you to join one of my yoga classes or try a coaching session, a discovery call with me. All the information is in the show notes below. Until next time, I invite you to live healthy and live well, and bye for now.